Well, good morning, YouTube. I'm a couple days before New Year's. I don't know when I started on this thing, probably back in March or April. I've worked on it most of a year. Got pretty good progress. Last couple videos I went through this valve body in this 727. Put a shift kit in it and stuff. And I've played with it up in the air, holding it with the brakes. So today, what I'm going to try to do is do a little test drive to see if the brakes will hold it good enough to do a burnout. Concrete, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I should be able to drive it backwards and forwards a little bit. We'll see, but I appreciate you watching all this stuff. It's awfully low. This is the first time I've had it off the jack stand, so I'm just going to check it now and see if I forgot. I'm pretty sure I got reverse because it does real good, but I don't know if I've got neutral and forward like it's supposed to. But I'm going to check that out right now, and we'll see if it'll spin the tires here locked up. I moved it back a few inches, but it looks good. You can see a little rubber there, so that's good. The brakes felt good. I wasn't putting a lot of pressure on them to hold it in against the stall. Neutral worked good. I know it shifts because I had it jacked up. But it fired right up, no problem. So, and it looks like it's got plenty of power. So that was part of what I was kind of wondering about. So it looks like I got that valve body all cleaned up. Everything works good. So now I'll press on with what I can do. Well, good morning again, YouTube. I'm still, like always, trying to move on with the paint. In order to do that, I got to get this rear panel off, and I've played around with it and trimmed it up, and I've got it where I can get it on and off. But I need to make these holes a little better. You can see this one here. I've got to open it up a little here, try to match the other side, and this one here has got a big gap. This one needs to be opened up at the top. This one needs to be closed. So what I'm going to try to do is take a little piece of wire and put in here. Now this is something kind of interesting. It's a little chrome strip that you can split and it'll go around stuff. What I do is put some kind of metal in here and fix this hole up So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here, but I know this has got to be done. I've got it pretty much where it's supposed to go. Right there is where it should go. So I got to open up that hole a little bit more, and I need to close that one quite a bit. Well, it run and drive a little. I got it moved probably a foot back and forth, but I've got all kinds of junk hanging around here. I'm going to have to work on this rear end just a little bit. It doesn't really have the suspension travel I'd like, but here's what I got now. I was cleaning up these holes here for this valence. I got it where it'll come off now. The holes need to be cleaned up a little, but I've got these good backup lights. Now if I put them in straight, they'll be pointing up in the air. So what I'm going to do is make me a little Frenching deal. I've got a piece of this pipe here, but it's way too small. So I'm going to set these in here, and I'm going to make a little piece of pipe out of some sheet metal I've got over there. Well, I made me a little tube thingy, and I marked it straight across, I thought, and then I cut a couple tabs out of it, but they're way crooked. But I knew this wasn't really going to work, but it does fit the light. And what I was thinking about doing, I think I'm going to put this right here, and I'll have to cut a little bit of a hole out, and then I'll put it right up into here, and I'll weld this. So basically I need to have a length that goes from basically this front edge back up here to where it goes in here, a couple inches long. And I measured this once, but I wasn't counting on that, 3/4 of an inch of tab. So now I know what this is. I put a piece of tape around it. I had to trim this several times to get it to where it would fit the light, but now I've got the right diameter. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one piece of tape off of here, and that'll tell me how long I need to. Well, I welded this together. Got it as round as I could, and I took a center finding square, and I put it on here and marked me 2 places. Those hopefully are 180 degrees from each other. Now I'm going to split it down probably a little over 1/2 inch on each side, and that's going to be the tab that'll hold. Well, there's a final product. Not too happy with the way that turned out. Got some gap in it. Of course, it's not perfectly round, but good enough, I guess. This will all get painted up anyway, so now I'll have to set this in this section here. Figure out where I have to cut this right in this area. You can see about where that things are going to go through, and then I can adjust this to where it's only sticking out 1/4 of an inch or so. I can probably do something with this thing here with a gasket. Who knows? But you take my welded spot, put it down. I guess what I had to do is take wherever it fits the best. Be right here. Yeah, welded spots down. Put it in right there, so I can cut this this valence piece out. Try to tack this in and see what it looks like. Well, there's a final result of that. Don't look bad. I decided to put it right below that round thing. Looks pretty good. I made my little housing a little long. It's right now it's interfering with this this bar that goes across here, but I'm gonna just mark this. This is about where everything is going. You can see I can cut that much of it off, quite a bit. So I think we'll be good to go with that. Yeah, I made that 1.5 inches too long. That's all right. Well, I got that cut out. I cut the back of it off, so I'm clearing my my pipe up in there. And don't look too bad. I can still weld this. I still have to weld it, but I just tacked it real good here. It's solid, and even though I cut this bottom brace out, this round piece will strengthen it up. And my light goes in good. Once I can get it in there, it's flush, and kind of got a nice look to it. Sort of lines up nice with those three round things, and this one will look good too. So now I have to just repeat the whole thing. I cut off a lot of this piece here. Almost had enough there for two, but I wanted to make sure. So I'd rather cut it off and throw it away than wind up not having enough to get it mounted. But that light's mounted good there. I can grind it up a little, fill it up, and it'll look good. The only problem is it'll be hard to get it out. So once I get it all put together, then I'll paint this piece, and I'll go ahead and weld up some of these little holes here that I've got. So next thing will be just do the same thing for this side.